What's up, you guys? Tech Reviews here, back with another video. So today I'm covering the AmpliTank 1 from FIFINE. I'm collaborating with them once again to go over another product with you guys. You guys did see me cover the Tank 3, which the difference with that, it has a USB-C connection, it's ready to play, and an XLR. This one is a cardioid polar pattern, low cut, flat switch, sturdy metal construction, natural sound reproduction, anti-electromagnetic noise microphone, specifically for podcasting according to their website, but I'm sure you can record vocals on here if you would like. It's got an XLR port for connection. That's the only way you can connect with an XLR port. It's got intelligent noise reduction, and based on my experience with these M9s from FIFINE, the noise reduction wasn't great, so maybe it might be better with this. It's got mid boost and flat switch and vocal clarity enhancement included. So, being that this is XLR connection only, FIFINE also sent me the Ampli 1 XLR interface recording audio mixer. This one's got an instrument input, XLR / 6.35mm mic input, direct monitor with volume knob, hookup flexibility, input gain knob. So, this box includes one audio box interface, one USB-C cable, and a user manual. So, we'll be unboxing the audio interface here, the Ampli 1 XLR interface, and we'll be unboxing the AmpliTank 1. And we're going to get started with the video to unbox these, see how they look in person or on camera, and see how the overall sound quality of the AmpliTank 1 sounds, along with using this audio mixer. And I'm kind of glad they sent me this because I've been using my PreSonus audio box for a long time now, probably for over a decade, and I'm a little due for an upgrade, so hopefully this audio interface works out well. So we'll see how it sounds here in a little bit, but let's start with the unboxing. All right, so we're going to start with unboxing the Tank 1. All right, let's open it up. Okay, first we are greeted with a user guide. Put it to the side. And we got this little protection here. The microphone's smaller than I thought it was going to be. Got a little knob thing right here. I'm going to put this to the side. Here's the microphone itself in all its glory. And I thought it might be a little bigger. I mean, it is kind of big. It's about as big as Blue Lady. And yes, the construction feels really good. Oh my god. This is kind of heavy. Yeah, this is a heavy mic. But the build quality feels very nice. It's cold metal. Here we have the XLR only inputs, so no USB-C, connect and play. This needs to be hooked up to the audio interface. It doesn't have to be the FIFINE audio mix. Obviously, this can go into any audio box with an XLR input. And here are your knobs for the low cut and mid-range vocal boost. I'm assuming this might be a mute button. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But overall, the construction feels really good. It comes already connected to this piece here, so you can connect it to a boom arm, or you could just unhook it and just hold it as is if you would like. Overall, the construction, this feels really good in the hand. Now, where is this USB-C cable, or Oh no, it doesn't come with a USB cable. Does it come with an XLR? So please note, this does not come with an XLR cable. You will have to have your own XLR cable. But this is all that's in the box. So we're going to, but FIFINE sent me a XLR cable. So here in this box, I'm gonna put this to the side. We have a XLR cable that should be in here. So this is the cable that you would need to connect to your audio box interface. So this is an XLR cable from FIFINE as well. And that's all that's in here. Of course, it's a user manual. But this is what you'll need to operate this microphone. So let's go ahead and unbox the audio interface and see what that looks like. Doesn't look like any tape is holding me back from opening this up, so I'm just gonna, I guess, tear it up, opening it. And here we go. Use your manual, put it to the side, put this to the side, and here is the audio box. So this is the FIFINE. It is very light. So compared to the microphone, the build quality on this is very light and feels like a toy, honestly, because it's so dang light. Compared to the PreSonus audio box that I have that's made out of pure metal, this is clearly made out of plastic. No metal build here, but nonetheless, you do have right and left TRS output, so I am able to connect this to my M Audio BX5 speakers, thank God. There is a USB-C thing right here, and I don't know what that is, honestly. And we have the instrumental input right here, instrument 2, a headphone jack right here, direct monitor and power, 48 volts. Mind you, if you connect this to a preamp, you do not need to turn on the 48 volts, but if you're not connecting this to a preamp, 48 volts is recommended to turn on. So yeah, this doesn't need to plug into anything. This USB port right here is just to connect to your computer, be it a MacBook or a Windows PC. So this is very light. What else is in the box? The USB-C connector. Unfortunately, it's not USB-C to USB-C. It's USB-C to USB-A. But I feel like, oh wait, oh, it has both. It has both. Cool. So it has one of those things where you have a USB-C, USB-C, or if you need to, you can plug this in and have USB-A. Clever. Nice, FIFINE. This is a very nice touch. So this is what we'll be plugging into our MacBook to connect the audio box. And it's a lot different from the, I don't even know what USB version PreSonus is using, but it's pretty old. It is a decade-old audio box. So that's all that's in this box. So I'm gonna hook up my MacBook to my, just hook up my MacBook and then hook these up, show you guys the setup process of that, and go from there. Okay, so I'm basically going to use this interface that I'm using to hook up the USB in the back right here to the port over there. So now it's plugged in. You can see the green light means power on. 48 volts is on. So now we're going to connect the XLR cable into it. Since I already have an XLR cable actually that was connected to the other audio box, which is connected to the preamp, I'm just going to connect this XLR into this point right here to get it going. Alright, we have connection, and since I'm connected to a preamp, there is no need to turn on the 48 volts. However, if you were using this as a standalone audio mixer, it is recommended you turn on the 48 volts. But for now, we're going to leave it off. Setup is so jank and messy. I gotta do something about these wires, man. But nonetheless, I had to put this on top since the knobs are predominantly on the top when it comes to the outputs, and that's my speaker output, so I need to turn that down at the halfway point. So I'm gonna turn my right speaker on to see if it works, and see if the output works, and then we'll test the microphone. Alright, mic check 1 2 1 2. This is the FIFINE AmpliTank 1. I believe I'm recording with the FIFINE on stereo. It looks like, according to my microphone's volume meter, I'm recording on stereo. I do have it hooked up to the audio mixer. So to set it up to your camera, you have to, sorry, the wire is making the camera move. Anyway, I'm pressed on time to finish this video because I have to go to work soon. But to get it to work with your camera, specifically the Sony a6700, you get a 6.5 millimeter headphone jack with a 3.5 millimeter end, so it can connect directly into the interface without an adapter, connect it to your camera. For this case, I had to raise the mic input, the audio input, to the gain, I should say, to about 27 to get a decent feedback from this. And I have no way to monitor how this sounds, how loud it is, because the headphone jack right now being utilized is connected to the camera. So you have the XLR cable connected to the audio mixer with the headphone jack 6.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter connected to the camera. The recording part, I believe, or the headphone part, I forget which part. Let me see. I can't see. I think it's the recording part. So if you have a different camera, it might be a different area, be it the mic input or the headphone input. I forget which one. I'll probably leave a little subtext in this clip to clarify that. But how does it sound? This runs without the 48 phantom power volts. That's specifically for condenser microphones. I've noticed if I turn on 48 volt phantom power with this microphone specifically, there's a lot of static and noise. And even with the phantom power turned off, there is that hissing little static in the background when I'm wearing headphones and monitoring these. And when I hook up the AKG C214, it's completely silent. It's a cleaner sound. Well, no, there's no sound, so it's cleaner. There's no static. So I believe that's a microphone thing, because when I hook up this AmpliTank 1 back to the audio mixer, I'm hearing some static if the gain is too high. But it does need more gain for you to hear it, so it's a battle right there. But this is I wouldn't call it a budget microphone, because this is up there with the Blue Yeti, which is about $109. And that's regarded as like one of the best USB-C microphones, which sounds almost just as good as this, honestly. And the other FIFINE mic that I've used in the past as well sounds just as good, and it's a little cheaper than this. So I guess it depends on what your needs are. If you want like a more professional sound without breaking the bank, you can't go wrong with a cheaper FIFINE mic. I think it's the K9. I forget what it is, but yeah, how does this sound? Does it sound good? Leave a comment below. The audio mix was easy to set up. You might need a preamp. I don't know, you can't use a preamp with the audio mixer because it doesn't have enough input output, whatever. But you won't get that warm vintage vocal like you would from a preamp with this, because it's just a basic budget audio mixer. If you want to get a warm vintage professional vocal sound, you might want to look for something else. But if this is just for basic streaming, podcasting, basic voiceovers, you won't go wrong with it. Especially if you're a beginner content creator, you can't go wrong with this as a startup budget thing, because it gets the job done. The TRS cables for the output on my M Audio BX5s is clean, no static, works just fine. My PreSonus was crapping out a little bit, so it was time for me to like upgrade or just move on from it. Despite the 15 years, it's helped me make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. So I'm grateful for the PreSonus audio box, but it was time to move on from that. So leave a comment below. Again, how's it sound? Does it sound great? Would you get it? I'll leave a price in the description of the video along with the Amazon link so you can check it out. This is Team Tech Reviews. Thanks for watching. Peace.